I'm Super Lover C from the group Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd, and this is Giving Them Their Flowers.
From some of their most successful accolades to the most controversial moments. Hosted by Parrish PMD Smith of EPMD and Calente Super Lover C of the group Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd. Giving Them Their Flowers pays homage to the artists that cemented their name in hip-hop by their fans, peers, and colleagues. Premieres October 10th, 7 p.m. on Kraze, the King of Content, YouTube.
The first Naughty by Nature record I heard was OPP.
What's up? This is Super Lover C from the group Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd, and this is Giving Them Their Flowers, Naughty by Nature. The group formed in East Orange, New Jersey in 1986 as The New Style. The group first appeared on the music scene in 1989, releasing an album called Independent Leaders, and the album generated the minor hit Scuffing Those Knees. After the release of their first album, the group was mentored by the fellow New Jersey native Queen Latifah and then decided on a name change.
Oh man, I mean, she was just hands-on with taking it to the next level. You know, with Flavor Unit Management with Shakim, she always had it to the point where, you know, I was doing other stuff that I wasn't even expecting to do past. I was like all on rhyming and in the studio and doing this, so she was like, nah, you got to do more. From taking me out on the road, seeing a role from being a roadie and everything else, performing live on stage in front of an audience like never before.
Exposure.
Exactly, then coming back and working on the Naughty by Nature album and trying out for movie roles like Bishop and Juice.
In the 1990s, Naughty by Nature's first hit was OPP.
OPP, how can I explain it? I take it frame by frame it. To have y'all on jumping, shouting, saying it. O is for other, P is for people scratching timber.
Which sampled the Jackson 5 hit ABC and was released in 1991 on their self-named album Naughty by Nature.
We were early in the game, fortunate to be early in the game when you could clear samples and get a lot of that stuff done, whereas now a lot of people can't get a lot of that done. It's become so overpopulated, it's become massively expensive to do it now. So it's not like you can't clear it, it just doesn't make sense to do it anymore.
DJ Sean C and myself went up to Tommy Boy Records, and I believe Kevin Mitchell played us that record. And I remember it being ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, and when I saw what they looked like, I said, these guys are gonna be a hit. And I wasn't even in the industry then. I just knew enough to know that Tretch had the look and they had a sound that would work for America at that time.
Like, that was the joint. I believe it was like 1990 going into 91. And listen, man, as soon as that piano hit, Dave, drop a load on him. Doom, doom, doom. That Jackson 5 ABC joint. As soon as that hit, you automatically felt good, and then Tretch just comes in rhyming like a Uzi. OPP, how can I explain it? I take it frame by frame it. So, me saying it. Oh, it's for other P, it's for P. Yo, like the way he was flipping, it was different.
In the early 1990s, Naughty by Nature kicked in the door with their music not sounding or looking like any other groups. They quickly carved out their place at that time with their music videos and music in heavy rotation, and their co-sign from Queen Latifah and Tommy Boy Records, these three cats from Jersey took over hip-hop.
You gotta get separate introductions. I get letters. Everybody wants to know who's who in Naughty by Nature.
What's up? I'm the Punani Don, the first original ghetto bastard Tretch. And I'm the naughty boy number 2, Vim Rock. And this is the nappy head one, KG. Naughty.
All right. And how did y'all come together and form Naughty by Nature and the name itself?
Well, actually, it came like, we all went to the same high school, and after we graduated in '88, we really, didn't have a name for ourselves. You know, so we had a song that was entitled Naughty by Nature, and it was real catchy, and it was something that everybody could relate to.
What's up with Latifah and the whole flavor unit?
Well, Mark the 45 King, KG, they were like buddies, and they were talking. They used to come over invite us over to the house, camcorder tape us, and Mark used to do the beats, me and Vin used to freestyle. Yeah. They let Latifah see the tapes, and after that, they were with it.
The record peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was named one of the top 100 rap singles of all times in 1998 by the Source magazine, and being ranked the 20th best single of the 1990s by Spin magazine. The album generated another hit with a remake of Bob Marley's No Woman Don't Cry called Everything's Gonna Be Alright. The track was also called Ghetto Bastard on some explicit releases.
Some get none, some catch a bad one, and some leave the job half done. I was one who never had and always mad, never knew my dad, motherfuck the fact.
That was like feelings that was going up inside of all us, you know, as we was coming up, because a lot of people ain't know what was going on before OPP, the struggle that we had to go through.
Yeah.
It was like, I ran into problems with my moms because, you know, I wasn't doing nothing for myself or running the streets. I wasn't bringing no dough home to help out the family, so she was getting tired of it, and I had to go. You know, and it's like, if I had like a father there with me, you know, the stuff that I was doing, a lot of it I wouldn't have got over with, or I wouldn't even tried, you know what I'm saying, because he was there. It's like after a while, your mother could save us so much, and you bigger, and you going to do what you want to do regardless.
And you guys actually did the video around here, right?
Right here on this strip. Right here. We're walking on. This is one segment here.
Yeah. And why would you call yourself a ghetto bastard?
Well,
ghetto bastard?
It just describes us, you know? Describe what it's like, how I was feeling inside, you know, like a fatherless child in the ghetto, you know. It's just the way to say it, you know. Everything's gonna be all right, and everything will be all right if you stay tuned and check it out. Everything's gonna be all right. All right.
Ghetto Bastard. The video, man, at the time, and I didn't know he was gonna be my mentor, but he wound up being my mentor, and the reason that I'm in this business. Albie Ragusa was the head of marketing at Tommy Boy. And that video, I don't know who shot that video, but the song just about Tretch having hard luck and, you know, is hating his father and everything. And YB, you know, everything's gonna be all right, everything's gonna be all right, everything's gonna be all right now. It just worked, man. It worked. I would say it's a tie between the Craziest and you know, Ghetto Bastard. Like those are the two that really hit me.
The song detailed the experience of Tretch growing up in poverty and now rising up to live a better life, large in part by the success of both singles. Everything's Gonna Be Alright and OPP debut album went platinum.
At those times, you would have a group come out with like a single, and it will be more, you know, just like a build-up record.
Right.
And I mean, you got to look at it and think and realize, like, our first record out the box was OPP that just sold 2 million records out of nowhere. So the first thing that everybody's gonna think, oh, that's commercial, that's crossover. Here's another crossover group. And
I remember
it's going to be one record and gone until we came out with Everything's Going to Be All Right.
Yeah.
And then Uptown Anthem after that. Then it started falling back.
Okay.
Then it was like, whoa, hold up. Then Hip Hop Array, it was over.
I think what made Naughty by Nature so different than everybody was the fact that they was able to say sinister things over the most happiest beats. Because even like Guard Your Grill, the piano is a little happy, a little light. But, you know, You know, my man said I was 3 pieces away from a peace prize. Piece of his rib, piece of his eye, and the left eye. I'm like, oh shit, it's aggressive. And then the fact that, like, you know, they was always on the big stages too. Like, you know, America embraced Naughty by Nature so much and let them rock at all the shows. And speaking of shows, like, Naughty by Nature had one of the dopest live shows that you will ever see. Because they had those anthems, them big tunes. And it's not even talking about Hip Hop Parade. Come on now.
Tretch, Venrock, and KG, also known as Naughty by Nature, experienced massive success with their first album going platinum. Even with the success, they were all rooted in their communities that they were from and knew the importance of staying visible to inspire those around them, explained in an interview in the early 90s on the video show called Much Music.
One is like we inspire ourselves, and plus we in our community we like still stay in the same community, and we see like our peeps around there, and we know if we don't stay on the map and continue to do different things and different ventures that they'll be left behind, you know, and they won't get to see all this. And plus, like, different frustrations and everything, it's like now we can't do things like we used to because we, you know, we really got too much to lose to just be out in the streets and doing negative things. So we take all our frustrations and put it into our records, you know, so it won't be no jail record or anything else, you know. So we just concentrate all our energies and our different emotions and put them on our records.
Naughty by Nature was hot as fish grease and recorded another record called Uptown Anthem.
Hey, you can smoke a spliff with a clip, but there's still no mountain high enough or wide enough to touch the naughty, nappy, nasty nigga, the nasty, trashy, whole happy pappy. That's happy to be nappy.
Uptown Anthem, a fast-paced, up-tempo record produced by Naughty by Nature, made its way to the 1992 soundtrack of the movie Juice.
If you want respect, you gotta earn it. You gotta be ready to go down, stand up, and die for that stuff if you want to, Juice. Check this out. It's gonna be a piece of cake, Q. Yeah, man, it'll be a piece of cake.
At the same time, Tretch, the lead frontman of the group, decided to pursue acting only after meeting Tupac Shakur on the set of the movie.
Is it true that you took Tupac with you so you could audition for the role and he ends up getting it?
No. We both were going for a role like under different management and terms and everything else. But I went for the role not having any type of acting experience just because I had to hook up through Flavor Unit. So Queen Latifah was in the movie like, yo, come on, you got to start getting into other stuff. Try it. You know, you might like it. If not, don't do it again. But so when I did it, I just bombed and knew it. But when Pac, we was basically there together. When he goes in, he starts throwing stuff and cussing, and I thought he was in there fighting. So I'm like really thinking, I'm like, yo, you all right? Like, he like, nah, I'm just ready for the role. I'm like, you need to get it. You convinced me. For real. So.
Naughty by Nature appeared in the 1993 film The Meteor Man as a street gang.
Looks like all of you we're going to be taking a vacation along with Meteor Man. Have a nice trip.
Maybe you should think about taking a little vacation.
After Shakur died in 1996, Tretch recorded a tribute song called Mourn You Till I Join You to show the love for the fallen hip-hop legend.
Sitting here looking at your picture, my nigga. Putting hash with the weed with a mixture of liquor. We can't kick it, you ain't with us. Is the shit I can't figure, nigga. I miss you.
Later, the group had multiple hits from its third and fourth albums called 1993 and Poverty's Paradise.
It's broke to the back, I'm brawling bad from brains to bone. The boots worth the bird bamboo, break the loop. Blowing up brain cells.
Respectively, both albums reached the #1 spot on the R&B hip-hop charts. Hip Hop Parade was a success from the album's 1993. Its video was directed by Spike Lee, featured cameos by Queen Latifah, Eazy-E, Run DMC, and the Youngsters.
Bellamy, I'm backstage with Naughty by Nature. They in the house. All right, now listen, fellas. Y'all came out with that first album, blew up. Now, I know it's been some concern about this Naughty 3 thing. How do you feel?
We feel as though It's a brand new era.
Era.
It's a brand new stage. We
Naughty
don't have
decade.
that sophomore jinx that everyone been telling us we're gonna have. They said Naughty couldn't do it again. They couldn't follow
Did they?
up OPP. They couldn't follow up Everything's Gonna Be Alright.
Did they?
Oh, Uptown Anthem is hype, but what do they have next?
Did
Then
you know
we
what we
smacked
did?
them with what?
We went to Chic Shaft.
Chic
got
Shaft.
with my man Murad and
Murad.
said,
Bow.
and here we go again.
And here it is.
And Hip Hop Array is none other than the Blockbuster on the TOP. Now I want to ask you a question. A lot of fellas get concerned about crossing over. You know, you are hip hop by heart. If your song crosses over, does that pose a problem for you at
It's
all?
cool because we didn't make it to crossover.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
is,
saying? We
okay.
waited for all of us, all the brothers who listen to the hip hop and sisters who listen to the hip hop and love it. No matter whether you're black, white, Puerto Rican, it make no difference. As long as you love
Or
the hip hop,
Mexican, you know,
that's who
them
we
too.
make it for. That audience, the real hip hoppers. So if it crosses over, it's cool.
So be it.
So
and there
be
it
it.
is, and it's done. 1993 is officially in effect.
Not only successful in music, and some members ventured off into film, Naughty by Nature's iconic logo made way for them to be one of the first rap acts to sell merchandise as a bona fide clothing brand called Naughty Gear.
Man, Tretch knocked it out the park. He literally destroyed it, killed it. There may have been someone on the West Coast that was dressing like that, maybe because that was the culture, but we had never seen anybody from New York dressed like they were coming right out of jail. And especially with the jail suit, and then it buttoned up all the way to the top, and the machete. Come on, man. This style was banging. It was hitting, and it immediately resonated with the public.
The interesting thing about Naughty by Nature is, like, fashion-wise, no one exactly really wanted to dress like them. Tretch come out here, no shirt on, he's wearing a chain, sometimes he has a machete. It was, where can we do this? But, it was a look that was iconic to them. And the same way that made Run DMC great. Like, you didn't really see a whole bunch of people walking around with the Godfather hats, but you saw cats walking around with Adidas. Naughty by Nature's style was so Naughty by Nature that only Naughty by Nature could 100% pull that off.
You did not want to be Tretch, but you looked at Tretch and you were like, that shit is hot. Period. You looked at it like, yo, man, that shit is fucking hot.
And they did it well. Like, I remember when they first put their online store out, shout out to them, because they were one of the first few hip hop artists that was really pushing the merch hard. So you was able to get the Naughty by Nature t-shirts, them little hats that tie up at the top, and maybe even they had the promotional machetes. I don't know. They were kind of like the first Supreme. They was putting the Naughty by Nature logo on anything. You want a Naughty by Nature oven mitt? They got you.
The album Poverty's Paradise won the Grammy Award in 1996 for the Best Rap Album, becoming the first album to win this award. It also generated another to add to the group's catalog called Feel My Flow, which peaked at number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100.
You about to feel the chronicles of a bionicle, lyrically spitting, dismissing. I'm on a mission, it just hitting. Now it's written and hitting with mittens. I'm missing, wishing, man, listen, I glisten like sun and water while fishing.
In the mid-1990s, Naughty by Nature started their own music imprint, Illtown Records, and in 1995 released an album from the proteges, the Rotten Rascals.
What's the problem, officer? I ain't be did nothing. You on my back sweating me like I'm some kid frontin'. I'm trying to do my thing and go with Illtown saying, double I's the thing, if you know.
The group, mainly KG and David Bellagio, worked closely with a number of R&B groups over the next few years, particularly John A. and Next. KG produced Next Too Close, which became the #1 hit in 1998. In 1999, the group released a fifth album titled 1999, Nature's Fury. The album was fairly successful, being certified gold by the RIAA, and again releasing another, the hit Jamboree, that peaked number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100.
From 1996 up into 2019, Naughty by Nature has continued to release music and visuals. They are still touring domestically and internationally. The group over the years faced adversity of breaking up, only to come back together to cement their legacy as true hip-hop icons.
And Naughty by Nature, this is why we give you your flowers. This is Super Lover C of the group Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd. On behalf of my partner, Kraze, the king of content. Until next time, peace.
Where's my kitty cat at? Welcome to our party, sexy look of Shawty's.